Alright, so today I'm making this suspended glitter tumbler. Well, it's actually clay glitter, but let's get into it. Alright guys, so I'm just going to do another little experiment video. I'm going to use the chunky clay glitter. I'm not even sure which one I'm going to use yet. And I'm going to see what these look like when we suspend them in the Elmers Magical liquid. So I'm just going to get started on this, make this a quick little video for you guys. So I think I'm just going to use this random one, although I don't like those. How many of those are in there? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the watermelons. I've used them so many times. I think, you know what, I think I'm going to open some of these guys up. So I've got, I bought a selection of different clay fruits. I think we'll do these three. So I've got some blue, some pink, and these grapefruits, I guess they are. I don't know if those are really grapefruits. They remind me of those candies. What are they called? They're like a wrapped citrus candy that you usually get at the bulk store. I don't know what they're called. They used to be my favorite though. So we're just going to add some of these to our tumbler. Now the tumbler I'm using, I got these at Michael's, and I just use a hot tool to poke the hole. And then I just pretty much just tap it in. If you've got a, I saw a lady doing this with a massager, like one of those back massagers. I was actually thinking about getting one, but we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. But I bet you that would work pretty well. You put the back massager on there and it like punches it. Have any of you guys used one of those? Anyway, I'm going to, not sure how to do this with the magical liquid and not have everything stick to the bottom, but we'll figure it out as we go here. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of the clay glitter into this tumbler, and then I'll come back because I don't think you guys need to watch me shake this tumbler for half an hour here. I'll be back. Alright, so I've got all my little clays into the tumbler, and now I'm going to add some liquid. So I put 50 ml of water in here, and I'm going to do, I think, about 30 ml of the magical liquid, and that should, I hope, allow the little clay guys to move around without being totally gelled up by the magical liquid. But let's give that a shake up and we'll see. That looks pretty good. Now I want to get this in here before this gets too thick. I find the longer it's out, the thicker it gets. So let's try to get it in here. I'm a little low, so I'm just going to add, I think, a little bit more water to this. Hopefully that will mix in okay. And I try to do this with some speed, but that doesn't always work out. Alright, so let's see what this is going to look like. And I think my glitter did settle more than I wanted it to, but let's see if we can shake it. And I didn't put probably as much in here as I would have liked to have, but it's an experiment, so I don't think it matters too much. I wanted it to kind of move a little bit, but not too much. And this is definitely going to have to degas overnight. I've got way too many bubbles in it because I shook it so much. So I am going to let this degas as well. So what I'm going to do is just top this up with the rest of my liquid here and let this degas until tomorrow, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like, because that's going to have a lot of bubbles coming to the top. So we'll let it do its thing, and then we will come back and see what this looks like once it's kind of set up. I think those are going to move a little bit, but not too much. But yeah, you can see the bubbles already coming up to the top here. I don't think I can, I'll have to wipe this to show you guys. See the bubbles coming up? So I'm just going to let this degas until tomorrow, and I'll be back to show it to you guys. All right, so I am back, and this is about as degassed as it's going to get. It does have some air still in it, but the air isn't moving, so I'm just going to go ahead and seal this. Now I've wiped this down with rubbing alcohol already, and I'll just do a quick how I seal these. I use these Gorilla Glue dots, and these things are awesome. My hands aren't super clean though, but let's give them a little wipe off here. You want everything to be as clean as possible so you can get a good seal. What I use is a UV resin. I just bought this cheap UV resin from Amazon. It was the biggest bottle I could get for the lowest price. It's okay. It's not my favorite. Sometimes the curing is a little off on it, but for the videos it works fine. If I was to sell these, I would be using a bit better quality UV resin on them. But because I just use these for the videos, it doesn't really matter. These are really hard to get off sometimes. What they actually say to do is to stick them like this. You could do that, I suppose. Let's try it. Let's try it. That didn't work very well. I think we can get it off here. Gotta get it unstuck from my finger now. There we go. Okay, then I just take my UV resin and I flood that. And then I take my UV light, put that far away from my UV resin, and I just hit this with my UV light. I have another one here. I actually prefer this one, but I have to grab some batteries. So I'll just use this one. This one came in a pack of the glow powder that I have listed in my Amazon shop. It's actually a pretty decent little light. I use it quite often. It works pretty well. So I'm just going to let this cure. It'll take it a couple minutes here, and then I will be back to show you what this is going to look like all finished. All right, and here is our finished tumbler. I haven't flipped this over yet, so I'm going to flip it over now and give it a bit of a shake and see what we get here. I think these should move around a bit, and they should even flow a little bit, but they won't like directly sink to the bottom. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think of that? I would definitely put more in, but I was just kind of doing an experiment to see how it would look, and that's pretty neat. So you can shake it. Don't mind my shaking because that's really good for filming. But you can see that they move when you shake it, but it's not like any huge thing. I do have a little bit too much air in this as well, but that's all right. What do you guys think of this? I think this is pretty fun. You could do this with way more of the little clay glitter in here, and this would look pretty neat. Or you could even dye the magical liquid. That would be pretty neat as well. I think this is really cool. Well, the air bubble might help move stuff around a little bit too. And thanks so much for watching. I have been a little late posting videos the last few weeks, but I assure you lots are coming, and I'm working on so many different things, but just a little slower than I should be. But I am still around, and I'm still making you videos. Just be patient with me. Thank you for watching.